First quarter exam, World History Tales. From the book of James Baldwin, 50 Famous Stories Retold. Jacob H. Toledo, Year 2. Can you talk about Bruce and the Spider?
Here, he did a war 6 times, but he kept losing. Then he sat under a tree. Then he saw a spider on his head trying to do something. It kept trying until the 7th try, the spider did it. So then Ross thought, what if he tried the 7th time in the war? Then he won.
Okay, next. Do you still remember King Alfred and the cakes?
No.
King Alfred, he went to the mountain. What happened? I think you remember that story.
No.
So he lost the war, and what did he do? He went to the
Forest?
yeah, and then he found a what?
Like a poor person?
Like a hut.
A hut.
Okay, and then
Then
there was a lady in there.
there was a lady.
And then
Then the King Alfred the Great says, "Can I have some food?" Then the lady said, "Sure, but only if I will give you a cake, but you need to check the cake." Then the King Alfred was thinking about plans, but there were too much plans that he forgot. He didn't know the cake was burning. Then the lady come back. Then the lady saw the cake was burnt. Then the lady spanked King Alfred the Great, but she didn't know it's a king. He was a king.
okay. Do you remember King John and the Abbot?
John.
King John and the Abbot.
King John and the Abbot.
Yeah, he's King John.
Yeah, he was super mean. And one time there were Abbot. Then they talked to each other. Then and the Abbot just talked to each other. Then King John gave the Abbot like a few questions. And like I think a week to figure it out. He said goodbye to all of his family, his friends, and one time he go to his butcher. He go to his house and he found his butcher. And the butcher and the Abbot talk to each other. Then the butcher will pretend to be the abbot. Then after like how much days?
He went back there.
The butcher is pretending to be the abbot. Then the butcher that is pretending to be the abbot is like looking like the abbot, sounding like the abbot. And like exact same body as the apple. So the butcher finished all the questions right. Then the last question, he revealed his true
Self.
yeah. Then King John wants the abbot's butcher to be the new abbot. The butcher said no. Then King John think of something. Then King John said, how long he'll get like gold, silver? How long until he gets silver?
Until he dies.
Until King John dies?
Until the abbot dies. Until the butcher dies. He will have silver for the rest of his life.
Until he dies?
Yeah.
Well,
Are you done? Okay, last question. The wise men of Gotham. Can you remember this story?
Wise men of Gotham?
Yeah. The people of Gotham, they hated their king. So what did the king plan?
The king planned?
Yeah. To come to their
place?
Yeah, their village. Come on, say.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on. So the people of Gotham, what did they do?
They protected. They protected. They protected the village. Blocked all sides of directions. They can go to there. Then they were clearing the stuff. Then they had ideas. What should we do? Then one of them had a really good idea. What the name was he?
What his name was, said something like Dong. I will find his name. Dobbin.
Yeah. Dobbin had a good idea. He said, we should be like not smart. Act like
Foolish.
not. Yeah, foolish. Yeah, foolish. Then the king won't hurt the people because they thought are just foolish.
So finally, in the end,
In the end, they survived.
yeah, the king let them leave because they're just foolish people, right?
They act foolish. They
They thought they were foolish because they acted foolish. Can you give me an example of foolishness that they've shown?
on the wall.
They built a wall because they didn't want the birds to
birds.
fly. Okay, what else? I think the most foolish one.
Let me take my door.
The one that carried his door. Why did he carry the door?
Because he would protect his money. But, yeah.
Okay. Thumbs up. Thank you very much.
Subscribe.